Good morning students, welcome to the class of Mathics. Today we will see how to represent root over 9.3 on the number line. We have seen how to represent rational numbers on the number line. I had already uploaded a video and shorts upon that for the different rational numbers representation on the number line. So how to represent root over of 9.3 on the number line, which is an irrational number, let us see. Just mark A to B as 9.3 over here, which I am showing here. A to B, just measure from your scale and mark it here on your notebook. Now AB is of length 9.3, right? 9.3 centimeter. Now extend 1 centimeter from B, right? That is up to C. Let's say the length of B to C, that is the total length AB plus extended length, is 10.3, which I am showing over here, right? Now let us see that if AB was 9.3 and C is the last end point, which up to which point which we have already extended it. Now the total length of AC is 10.3. What are the steps to be followed? The first step is that draw the perpendicular bisector of AC, right? Since the AC, the length of AC is, the entire length of AC is 10.3 centimeter, right? Now 10.3 centimeter, how to draw the perpendicular bisector from a compass, you know it. Just take the compass, put the pencil in it, and for the metal end from the pointer, put it on A and just put a mark or mark above AC, that is the arc should be come above AC, right? Being a center at A. Now one arc is represented over here, right? Just put the compass over A and one arc over here above AC like this. Similarly turn the compass, and if the center is C, the opposite side the arc will be here, right? Just join top to bottom where the point of intersection of these arcs will cross through AC at, let's say there is a point O, right? So the perpendicular bisector of AC will pass through, will touch the AC at this point, and let's say this point is O. That is just, I am just mentioning over here. This is the perpendicular bisector which we have drawn, and this is intersecting at O, marked in green, right? Now what we will do, take AO as radius. This is our step 2, right? Take AO as radius. If AO is the radius, then what will happen? You know, when AO is the radius, then the length of the radius will be 10.3 by 2. Okay, irrespective of its length, just measure it, and keeping the center at O, put the pencil end at A and draw a semicircle like this, which will, this circle will intersect the line AC at A and C, being the perpendicular bisector. OA is the radius, is equal to OC, which is equal to 10.3 divided by 2, right? Now if the radius is 10.3 divided by 2, we can say AO, which I am marking over here, AO is 10.3 by 2, right? Here just I am writing it so that it will be clear to you. The length of AO is 10.3 divided by 2, because 9.3 plus 1, that is equal to 10.3, right? So 10.3 divided by 2 is the radius, which is equal to AO, and the same length is equal to OC, right? Now what we will do, the next step, let us see. Now we will just drawing a perpendicular line on BC, on AC intersecting at B, that is, you know, the length of AB was 9.3. Since the length of AB was 9.3, so B is at B, draw a perpendicular line having, I am marking it here as 90 degree so that you can understand it's a perpendicular line. right? So at B it's a 90 degree here, yeah, right. Now this is 90 degree. Now the perpendicular from B which will intersect the circle which I marked in the dashed line, that point, let us say it is P, right? So the length of PB will be PB or equal to BP is equal to root over of 9.3, right? Is equal to root over of 9.3. How it comes, we will explain it in detail, and how we will also cross check it whether our answer is right or wrong. But how it is coming as root over of 9.3, let us understand it, and I will explain the details soon in this video only, right? So this BP, the length of BP is root over of 9.3. Now coming to our third step, step number 3, measure BP. Measure the length of BP from your compass. Take it, put the metal end of the compass on B and pencil end at P. Just measure it, and keeping the metal end at B, mark the radius, mark BP intersecting to the extended line AC, right? So measure arc BP. Arc means the length of BP, and with the compass, as I have explained you, put the metal end at B, measure BP, and rotate the pencil end of the compass from P and come downward so that it will intersect to the extended part of AC, right? So let us see the length of it will intersect the extended part of AC at Q, right? So we can say that BP is equal to root over of 9.3 is equal to BQ, right? So as I said, just mark this. I have taken different colors so that you will be able to understand. So extend the length of AC from C to this point, and the extended last point is Q, right? So BQ is equal to root over of 9.3, because you can say the BPQ as a sector, and BP and BQ are the two radius of those sector of that sector, right? Perfectly fine. And whose center is B, and at the center arc PQ is subtending angle 90 degree at center, that is B, right? So BQ is root over of 9.3. Here I am representing it in the below of my video, just downside, so that you can understand. Okay, now this is represented. Now we need to understand in detail how it came as root over 9.3, whether it's correct or not. Let us cross check it. Now I am checking my answer, that whether I have solved that's right or wrong, right? So just to cross check, this is the best part anyone can do. Just cross check your answer so that you can 100% be assured of your answer, right? Be assured of your solution before submitting in the examination or in doing your work, right? So just cross check it. How we will cross check it? Let us see. Cross checking is done very simply. How? Just connect O to P here. Now we have a right angle triangle OBP, right? We have a right angle triangle in front of us whose angle B, that is angle OBP or angle PBO, is 90 degree, because angle PBC is already 90 degree, which I have already shown, right? Since we have constructed the triangle, so we can say in the given triangle BOP, whose BOP, where angle B is 90 degree, right? Angle BOP or PB or OBP, you can write it anything, right? So here in triangle BOP, BP is the perpendicular and OB is the base, and OP is the hypotenuse of that right angle triangle. So by Pythagoras theorem we can say the perpendicular square equal to hypotenuse square minus base square, that is BP square equal to OP square minus OB square. And we know the length of length of OP. The length of OP is 10.3 divided by 2, that is the radius of the circle, radius of the semicircle which we have drawn initially, right? AO is 10.3 by 2, OC is 10.3 by 2, so OP will also be equal to 10.3 by 2 because that is the radius. So OP is 10.3 by 2 whole square minus OB square, and OB is since OC is 10.3 by 2, so OB is 10.3 by 2 minus 1, because we have extended 1 into that, so just subtract 1 from it and a square. So BP will be the square root of the OP square minus OB square, the values. So we can see the length of BP is 10.3 by 2. We can write it as 5.15 whole square, 5.15 whole square minus 5.15 minus 1 whole square, that is 4.15 whole square. So BP will be root over of 5.15 whole square minus 4.15 whole square, right? So just I am writing it correctly because it's overlapped, so writing it in a clear manner. So 5.15 whole square is the length of OP square, and OB square is 5.15 minus 1 whole square, right? So take the square root of this entire, so that we will have the BP, the length of BP. We know that A square minus B square is equal to A plus B into A minus B, where A is 5.15 and B is 5.15 minus 1. So just expand and add one more step into this. 5.15 whole square minus 4.15 whole square. So writing it over here again, 5.15 whole square minus 4.15 whole square, that is expanding it in the form of A square minus B square to A plus B and A minus B. We get 5.15 plus 4.15 into 5.15 minus 4.15 and a square root over entire, this one, right? Here this will give the length of BP. Now further calculating 5.15 plus 4.15, what is this? This is 9.3, and into 5.15 minus 4.15, that is 1. So 9.3 into 1, that is root over of 9.3. Yes, our answer is correct now. We have cross-checked our answer. So 9.3 root over 9.3 is represented as BP